Welcome back, everyone. Well, about a year ago, maybe almost 2 years ago, I became aware of an organization in our community called AIM. And I wanted to invite them back again. They've got a fundraiser coming up that we want you to know about and also need your help with. But I also invited them back again to talk about AIM and what its mission is and what it does in our community. So joining me today, ladies first, is, you've been here before.
Yes, I have.
You have June McClelland. Scottish, right?
Scottish, right.
And you're the big one. You're the executive director.
Executive director,
Good,
yes.
I love it. And you brought along Chris Lyons, who's the senior director.
That's right.
Well, great. Welcome, Chris. Nice to have you here. Nice to have you back, June.
Thank you very much.
Before we talk about the golf tournament, which is coming up this Monday, let's give our viewers that sort of overview of what AIM is.
Okay. AIM is an organization that assists individuals throughout Warren, Washington, and Saratoga counties with developmental disabilities, traumatic brain injuries, nursing home transition diversion, which is providing services to help keep people out of nursing homes, a multitude of community services, including respite and Medicaid service coordination, amongst other things.
You know, I remember when you were on the last time, you do so much to help families and individuals who are facing challenges that they, either with their parents or their children, if the children are on the spectrum, and also just any kind of, you mentioned brain trauma, it cuts both ways, right? It isn't always an issue with an older family member. It could be a younger family member
Absolutely.
as well.
Could be a baby.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. Boy, you hope
baby,
not, but
baby to 80 is
yes.
what we talked about last time.
I remember you said 8 months to 80 is what you
Yeah.
said. That's really something. I tell you what, Chris, you're watching this and you say, well, wait a minute, you know, I've got an issue in my family I'm facing challenges with. What's the process? How does AIM work with an individual or with a family?
Well, depending on the service that they're looking for or the need of the loved one or the family, they may be a referral from the state, they may be a referral from a pediatrician's office, or in the case of the enhanced respite program that we're promoting here today, it would be a family that has a loved one with autism or a developmental disability who's looking for a break. If you know anything about the families in our community that have challenged kids and young adults, they need time off. They spend a lot of their time with their other children and with the children with challenges, supporting them in the home, and in order to be able to have some time off, they need a thoughtful break.
Well, you know something, just to chase that for a second, before we went on air, I was telling you we had a great interview with Michelle from the Children's Museum, and one of the things that you don't think about that when you think about taking a break is how it affects the other siblings. That they don't, you know, they can't get the attention that someone that has a disability gets. So, you know, where do they fit into the family? And when the family has a chance to have a break and concentrate more on the other siblings, the benefits there. So that, you know, things you just don't think about every day. Now, you're saying that you might get referrals, so you might contact the family, but the family can contact you too, right?
Absolutely.
Or individuals.
Absolutely. A phone call, an email, any way to reach out to us at aimservicesin.org or give us a call, and we're ready to integrate whatever you need. You know, this is an important community initiative, Jesse. The divorce rate of families with kids with autism in this area is about 75%.
That's unreal.
We need a thoughtful infusion of community support for these families in need. And this enhanced respite, which we call Breathe and Achieve, is precisely that plan.
God, you know, I want to. We keep mentioning that phrase, enhanced respite. I want to talk about that. But just before we went on air, it struck me that that kind of interaction that you have with individuals or families covers a lot of areas, right? They could be everything from transportation support to financial support. Is that true?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Whatever the actual needs of the family are, we're there to either provide the service directly or refer them to an agency or a resource that can provide that service. Service coordination is a very important part of what we do. But the respite we actually directly provide. It includes transportation, and it's really custom made. You know,
That's right.
too
I remember
often
that.
we've been pigeonholing people with challenges, and we've been driving our supports. Now we drive the individual's needs and mold the supports around the unique needs of each family and each loved one.
Now, June, you had mentioned enhanced respite services. That falls into a couple of different categories, doesn't it?
It does. If you think, just sit and think for 2 minutes about somebody in your community that you know that has a child on the spectrum, or has Down syndrome, or has cerebral palsy. You know that mom and dad need to be able to get out of the house, do grocery shopping, just go to the movies.
That's right, sure.
Just go to the movies. Go watch their other son play basketball. We've realized by listening to the parents in our own community here in Saratoga that our standard respite services just don't cut the mustard. They're just not sufficient enough. So we have added a clinical component to it, meaning that we send a team out at the very beginning of the service to meet and understand the child that's going to be receiving services so that we can put together a thoughtful, meaningful plan to help that child not regress while mom and dad are out.
Boy, what an organization. Let's go to the golf tournament this Monday, because the funds that you raise at this golf tournament and you two other events, which we'll get to later, are the primary resource that you utilize. Right?
That's absolutely
to
correct.
make these services
Medi-
available.
Medicaid pays for respite services, but Medicaid does not pay for
Yeah.
enhanced respite services. But it's a commitment that AIM has made to this town,
Right.
to this county, Saratoga County, to these parents, that we will provide this service. So we're having a golf tournament on
Yeah,
Monday.
one hell of a golf tournament,
That's
by the way,
exactly
because
right.
you mentioned lunch and dinner.
We have lunch and dinner. We have all kinds of prizes. We have 50-50 raffle. We have a poker run. You name it. The
Yeah.
individuals are going to set it off at 10 minutes of 1 by singing the national anthem, which I'll tell you will bring you to tears. But anyway, registration starts at 11. You
Okay.
can register ahead of time by going to our website, which is www.aimservicesinc.org, or you can register that morning. Just show
Gotcha.
up and participate in our golf tournament or in our raffles, or come just for dinner, $45 for dinner, for a fabulous, fabulous reason.
Now, this is at the Ballston Spa Country
This is
Club?
at the Ballston Spa Country Club.
Good, nice
Registration
place, by the
starts at
way.
11. Yep.
Right? You always hear about the places in Saratoga. Maybe one of the best kept secrets is how nice the Ballston Spa Country
Yes.
Club is. Hey, this is a very well attended golf tournament. They've got some slots open, but you know, you're really going to run into your business associates, your friends, your neighbors, your politicians. Everybody's going to be there. And of course, this money then goes to provide the basis for the services that AIM provides. And as you know, these are very valuable services to the community. And I also want to compliment you both. You just don't sit, and when you use the word enhanced, you mean it.
Yes,
People
we
can
do.
talk about respite services, but enhanced respite services
Enhanced respite services.
really makes a difference.
Meaningful.
It is
Breathe and
very
achieve.
meaningful.
Yes.
Well, thank you both very much for coming in.
If I could add quickly,
Yeah, sure,
Jesse,
Chris.
that we are also helping to sponsor Caitlin's Corner, Becky Bowman's
know
daughter,
that.
Caitlin, who all
Yes.
of us in the community are familiar with. We've collaborated with Becky. We want to see the adaptive playground built in Wilton because it'll service many of the individuals that we support as well. You can't be territorial in charity today. We've got to collaborate. So if we reach our goal of 144 golfers, we'll be giving an additional gift to build Caitlin's Corner. So if you want to support Enhanced Respite, come out and golf. If you want to support Caitlin's Corner, come out and golf.
got
If you want to just have a good time, come out and golf.
Mountain golf.
That's
You know,
right.
I knew that was coming. Good. Thank you very much for coming in.
Well, thank you for having us.
You're welcome. To see this interview again, you can head to our website, looktvonline.com.